So my favorite like setup is off a bicep tie. I also call this a Japanese tie. So I'm going 2 hands onto his biceps, kind of triceps area. And when I do this, just to break it down, guys, I'm actually hooking here. I'm not just gonna block, I'm gonna hook onto his triceps right before his shoulder blade. And then the big detail here, I wanna flare my elbows out. So look how my elbow's kind of blocking his wrist, try to swim in. And so I can really open up that space. If I'm too shallow, there's nothing stopping him from getting that space, okay? And so I really like to do this against someone bigger and stronger. I fight a lot of big, tall guys and they're just trying to, you know, grab you. So if you can control this inside space, guys, it leaves a lot of openings. So in Japan, you know, that's the style they use because the Japanese wrestlers usually aren't very big, you know, so they had to find a method to help them. And you know, like traditionally, like American wrestling, they do like more collar ties, it's more power. The bicep tie is like more like leverage, controlling the inside space. So that's why I kind of like it too. So I'm controlling this inside space. And to really do this, if your partner is not really engaging you, do it to me, Jeff. Like grab my bicep, yeah. If he's not really trying, it's gonna be very hard. So, you know, your partner needs to be actively trying to collar tie and grab you. You do it on me, like there. Oh, sorry, sorry, Jeff. He needs to be trying to grab you and pummeling and stuff for you to actually use that position, okay? So I'm controlling the bicep tie. I'm hooking, flaring my elbow. And you know, I can stay kind of square. I can bring one side up, one side down. And I like to shoot off of there too. Very great way to open up your opponent, okay? So with the blast double leg, you know, you can switch your stance with this bicep tie. It's not like a collar tie, where, you know, it's very dependent on how you're standing sometimes. With this tie, I can actually switch my stance very easily because it's so square and I can just switch very, very quickly. But the main detail I want you guys to focus on, whenever I do this type of double leg, this blast double leg, you have to have a strong neck. So that means I want to keep my back straight and think like a battering ram. Like I need to keep my forehead going forward, okay? If I start looking down or at an angle, if I go forward, I'm gonna crush my neck, okay? So that's one downside to this move. If your neck's not strong, maybe at the end of this video, I'll do some neck strengthening exercises. But if your neck's not strong, man, you could have everything else right, your neck's off a little bit, you're gonna hurt yourself, okay? So I'm off the bicep tie here. I can actually, you know, pull Jeff, I can shake him up. You have to play around with that. But what I'm trying to do is just create this opening from his midsection. Once I get his midsection open, guys, then I can do the penetration step to the blast double. So bicep tie, I'm here. So I can either drag him forward and then pull him up. That's a great way to enter from here. It doesn't really matter which leg you go forward. It's just preference. I like to take a deep penetration step. And instead of going my head on the side like, you know, traditional double leg, I'm gonna keep my back straight, head looking up towards his chest. And I wanna aim for his sternum, guys, right for his sternum, that bony part in your chest. Here. Now I'm gonna let go of his arms. Hopefully you were throwing his arms up. And then I'm gonna switch to his hamstrings, calf area. So my favorite thing to do is drape my hands down. So I'm not just on the hamstring. I like to drape my hands down here. And see how Jeff's off balance? I'm gonna take you down, Jeff. From here, all I do is blast into him. So I just, you know, I run into him and here, boom. And be careful, you know, especially in jiu-jitsu. Stay there. I don't want to keep just going forward because he's gonna kick me over sometimes, you know, or he might enter a guard. Or, you know, sometimes a guy just flips you over and you just flip. So I always want to put the brakes on as soon as I do that blast double. So again, I have the bicep tie. I'm gonna pull him forward and I can actually step back as I pull him forward. I don't want to pull him down into my legs, into myself, okay? I see a lot of white belts. They do that all the time. So I'm here. I'm gonna pull him back as I step back. So 1, 2, as I pull. From here, a lot of times the guy will go up or I can just force him up. Doesn't really matter. But I need to take that penetration step between his legs, guys. Okay? At the same time, I flare my elbows out. In judo, we call this like a fit-in. Okay? In wrestling, just penetration step. Here, look how I'm leaning forward, head looking straight. What I catch a lot of people doing, they look at their feet. And then it's gonna be easy for him to stuff my head there. Or sometimes the guy has a big chest and your head gets caught, okay? So again, 1, 2, Pull from here. Either he pops up or I just force him up. It's up to you. Flare my elbows as I take a penetration step. Deep. And look, forehead looking straight, head looking straight. Go to the calf, hamstring area. And then, man, boom, you run into him. Okay?
That's it.
So that's my favorite setup. My second favorite setup is off, we call it a reshot. So sometimes, you know, I'm here, or before I even make contact, Jeff will shoot. And so, you know, maybe I'm sprawling, or maybe I see it coming beforehand. That's fine. From here, keep some type of contact on your partner. You know, maybe he'll circle out. If he's smart, he'll just circle out. But sometimes you're in a rush. You know, you say you're in a match, 30 seconds. You ain't gonna be circling out. You're gonna be trying to get back up immediately. So he goes to shoot. I sprawl, I go a little slower. So I'm here, and so because I'm higher than Jeff, you know, in jiu-jitsu, we can also go for the front headlocks, you know, stuff like that. But a lot of times maybe he's too quick and he starts coming up. As he starts to come up, I'm gonna follow him into the blast, okay? And that one's a little bit harder because you have to have some spatial awareness. So I'm kind of sprawling / moving out of the way. And as he starts to come up, I'm getting ready, okay? One thing I like, a detail I like, you see Jordan Burroughs do, go to shoot again. But go up slow. From here, it go like even slower. From here, he starts to do like a wrestling step. Now go. Here. And he just kind of wrestling steps into the person. So he'll do two variations. Either he runs into the person or he starts to like, you know, he'll just go that way. So let's look at that one again. Your foot okay, Jeff?
Yeah.
So here, we'll add a little bit more speed on it. Go. So it's very quick, guys. Again, I like this because I'm not leaving my neck exposed. If I go for a double leg, a lot of times, yeah. Turn this way, Jeff. Yeah, that neck's exposed. Now we gotta do some other stuff. For my last video, we did go to sit back. Stuff like that. But you know, you're playing with fire, man. Sometimes you're tired, you can't jump. Sometimes you get caught in closed guard, you're stuck. So that sucks. So those are my two favorite setups, okay? Let's look at them. I'll just kind of drill a little bit with Jeff. You kind of see me go on more like real speed.
Don't move too much. I'm just gonna say. I'm shooting. A little bit more. Blast.
So guys, that was the blast double leg. Again, it's not for everybody. You know, you're gonna see more wrestlers, more athletic people doing it. But it's good to have that tool in your toolbox, you know. Sometimes you gotta take someone down in a hurry. You know, you can do this in self-defense too. Instead of driving your knee to the mat, you can just do it standing here. And man, I say bulldoze, like you run into the person. And yeah, it's a good variation. Again, Jordan Burroughs, the best guy at it, man. You guys check his Instagram, his YouTube. You can see so many highlights of him just like running through people. And that's it, guys. I hope this video helps you. You know, try a little bit more wrestling, add some more wrestling to your no-gi game. And it's gonna help you guys, okay? So Jeff, thank you, buddy. All right, guys, till next time, peace out. Peace, peace, peace. And ciao. Ah. All right, that's good, Jeff, bro.
You gave her hurt my foot.
Yeah, I stepped on that thing.